There was a village called Riverdale, known for its lush greenery, fresh air, and hardworking farmers. Among them was a humble farmer named Julian. He worked tirelessly, dedicating his days and nights to improving his fields. However, what set Julian apart was his incredible patience and calm demeanor. While others in the village made hasty decisions out of anger, Julian always took his time to think things through before acting. Some villagers misunderstood his nature and called him a coward. They would say, "Julian, why do you always stay silent? Show some anger. This world is not for those who remain quiet." But Julian would simply smile and reply, "Peace is my strength, not my weakness." The villagers didn't understand him until one day, an incident taught everyone the true power of staying calm. Julian owned a beautiful farm where he grew a variety of crops to sustain his family throughout the year. However, another farmer in the village, Jack, was jealous of Julian's success. Jack was easily angered and disliked Julian's achievements. One day, while Julian was working in his field, Jack stormed in and shouted angrily, "Julian, you always grow the best crops, but this time, luck won't be on your side." Julian calmly looked at Jack and said, "If you are angry, it would be best to calm down first. Then we can talk." But Jack, consumed by rage, became even more furious. In his anger, he set fire to Julian's field. In moments, the entire crop was reduced to ashes. The villagers rushed to the scene, shocked by what had happened. They eagerly waited to see how Julian would react. His entire year's hard work had been destroyed. Anyone else in his place would have been overwhelmed with anger and thoughts of revenge. But Julian remained completely calm. He looked at the charred remains of his field, took a deep breath, and said nothing. The villagers asked, "Julian, why aren't you saying anything? Jack has burned everything you worked for." Julian smiled and replied, "If I let anger control me and make a wrong decision now, I will lose even more. But if I stay calm, I will find a new way forward." The villagers were astonished. How could someone remain so composed after such a devastating event? But Julian understood that anger only causes harm, while patience opens the door to new opportunities. The very next day, without complaining, Julian began preparing his field again. He worked tirelessly, clearing the burnt soil with determination. An elderly villager, Mr. Kevin, who had been farming for many years, observed Julian's resilience and said, "Julian, I am truly impressed by your patience. I want to help you." Mr. Kevin gave Julian a piece of his own land and provided seeds so that Julian could start over. Seeing this, other villagers also stepped forward to assist him. Thanks to Julian's patience and calm nature, he managed to rebuild what he had lost. After a few months, his crops flourished even more than before. That year, Julian became the highest-selling farmer in the entire village. Meanwhile, Jack, who had destroyed Julian's field in anger, watched as Julian worked hard without seeking revenge. Seeing this, he deeply regretted his actions. One day, he approached Julian and said, "Julian, I am truly ashamed. I made a terrible mistake by burning your field, yet you never retaliated or showed anger. How did you manage that?" Julian smiled and replied, "Jack, if I had let anger take over and sought revenge, I wouldn't have been able to grow my crops again. Instead, I chose patience, stayed calm, and focused on my work. That is my real strength." For the first time, Jack understood the power of staying calm. He sincerely apologized and promised to practice patience and self-control in the future. Julian's story became a great lesson for the entire village. The people finally realized that anger and revenge lead to nothing, while peace and patience are the greatest strengths in any situation. When we remain calm, we make better decisions and turn challenges into opportunities. What do we learn from this story? 1. Anger never solves problems. It only makes situations worse. 2. Those who remain calm are the most successful in life. 3. People who act with patience and wisdom always succeed, even if they face setbacks at first. 4. Revenge brings no benefits, but forgiveness and hard work help us move forward. 5. If we stay calm even in difficult times, new opportunities will arise. Julian's story teaches us that understanding and embracing the power of patience is the key to true success.